On December 8th, the company G Arena released Free Fire, a game that changed esports forever. Starting as an ordinary copy of the more popular PC title PUBG, was Free Fire released on Google Play just 9 months after PUBG, with many similarities in graphics and gameplay. At this time, no one knows that this game will change esports forever. G Arena is a game developer and publisher company founded in 2009. Since then, they published games like Age of Empires, League of Legends, or Call of Duty. However, one of their published games is Free Fire, a mobile game which didn't bring any further questions. At this time, it was only one of many PUBG clones that were released on Google Play Store, promoting the Battle Royale genre on mobile devices. The game started to rapidly gaining popularity in 2018, followed by the first eSport event on May 31st, 2018, followed by prize pool of $850,000 in 2019. With more than 70 events this year and more than 2 million concurrent viewers, it began to raise awareness about Free Fire. G Arena saw new potential in this game and started to invest more than enough money to its esport. On November 16, 2019, G Arena organized the Free Fire World Series 2019 with a prize pool of $400,000, averaging more than a million a quarter concurrent viewers and a peak of 2 million viewers. The event surely exceeded the expectations. It settled in third place by viewers in 2019, beating games such as CSGO or Dota 2. But this was only a start. Free Fire started to grow exponentially, and no other mobile game was able to keep up, leaving PUBG Mobile in the dust. Free Fire continued to grow, and in 2020, it reached a new peak of 2.5 million concurrent viewers and prize pool of $300,000. At this time, the first complaints came. In this year, G Arena did not organize a World Series due to COVID pandemic. The World Series has been replaced by Continental Championships. Despite this obstacle, it was able to keep up its relevance into next year. In 2021, Free Fire suffered its first great loss. Free Fire started to lose its relevance in Europe, losing a third of viewers from 300,000 to less than 100,000 was a great loss for Free Fire's European esport. Despite this, the total prize pool was increased by $4 million. This year, 370 events were hosted. Free Fire rose to its feet and started new domination, putting more than $6 million into its foundation with 15 tournaments with a prize pool of more than $100,000. Its popularity skyrocketed in South America and Southeast Asia, hitting its peak of 240 million average players in a month and 40 million players on daily basis, completely overwhelming PUBG Mobile. At this time, Free Fire was closer to PC PUBG than to its mobile counterpart. While totally changing mobile esport forever, the only game that was able to keep up was Mobile Legends with more than 3 million concurrent viewers and prize pool of $3 million. Even though these numbers are crazy enough, for Free Fire it was still on the beginning. Free Fire was able to pull more than 1 million peak viewers on 4 different occasions, with their most viewed tournament, Free Fire World Series Singapore 2021, peaking with nearly 5.5 million viewers and prize pool of $2 million. This placed Free Fire on top of most viewed esport tournaments of all time. For real, all time, outplacing games like League of Legends, Dota 2 or CSGO, and shocking everyone in the esport community. Even though many players are joking about the quality of mobile esport, just these mobile games are growing exponentially. If we look at current esport data, the top 3 is occupied by 2 mobile games, which are Mobile Legends and just mentioned Free Fire, with peaks of 4,250,000 and 5,400,000 respectively. The only PC game here is League of Legends with a peak of 5,150,000 people. All these numbers were documented in the last 3 years, so its relevance is on point. This shows how rapidly esport is growing in general, and mainly it shows how popular can mobile games get when they get good esport treatment. If we look further into the statistics, we can see that in the top 10 of most watched tournaments, there are only 4 events which are from a PC title, or 4 of them being a League of Legends tournament. On the other hand, there are 3 representatives of mobile games such as Free Fire, Mobile Legends and PUBG Mobile. However, there is still a big gap between both gaming platforms in terms of prize pool. Mobile games are still far from top with 22nd place on the list with $4,130,000 on behalf of PUBG Mobile. Early on things began to change. Free Fire entered 2022 with even more money, but their tournament numbers started to fall down with less than 50% of events in 2021. The European region became nearly non-existent and things started to fall apart in America. Game was still highly popular in Asia, but because of their single region focus, the game started to fall into the background in many countries. Free Fire was still able to pull just less than 200 million monthly players, but it still wasn't enough to keep their esport alive. Their numbers dropped from a peak of 5 million to a lot of under 2 million viewers, and the worst was going to happen. On 14th February 2022, Free Fire received a non-specific ban in India, along with 53 other apps by the local Ministry of Home Affairs. Losing one of the biggest communities in the world was a big blow for Free Fire. Even though the enhanced version of Free Fire Max, is still not banned, it was a great loss in terms of players. Free Fire's numbers continued to decrease, and at the end of 2022, it was down to only 15 million daily players. In 2023, the decrease in trend continued in players and prize pool. However, the game is still far from being dead. Esport events are still getting more than 100,000 people, and the prize pool is still higher than $1,400,000 after mid-2023. There is still a solid player base counting more than 12 million daily users, and the last 2 months were even in positive numbers. Free Fire still has a lot of players to work with and will be there for a couple next years. I think that Free Fire succeeded in following the trend of battle royale games, and it helped growing mobile esport to next level. The developers definitely deserve praise for their flexibility, for being able to pull up a game only 9 months after the original PUBG was released. They brought fame into the mobile industry by being rival to PUBG Mobile. Even though some players are making fun of the mobile industry, numbers are numbers and they never lie. If you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe to the channel.